I've been through so many things in life, and when I was young, I was burned on the face with hot scalding mashed potatoes by a bully, and I was screaming. They knew I was hurt. It was a real wake up call for me to, step out of my fear and to just be myself. And forgiveness is the most important thing. And Jesus came to forgive us, and I'm asking y'all, if you forgive, just continue to forgive others who have hurt you, because there's no reason to hold a grudge.
Blake Blake Yaw, I am
Yeah.
so happy you are here in my home. I am
Thank you.
very honored,
Thank you, Rosalind.
super honored. And for anyone that is not familiar with you, because you're always in hiding, and I want you to shine bright, you are an amazing Special Olympics athlete here in the state of Texas.
Thank
Can
you.
you tell everyone what sports you're involved with?
Currently involved with basketball and soccer. I'm probably going to be shifting more into basketball, just because I love how you can use your hands and be able to shoot a three, compared to like soccer where you're having to use your feet and it takes a lot of coordination to get the ball.
So that is a lot of work.
So it's funny because like during the Junior World Cup, I played goalie against Puerto Rico.
That's
And
cool.
to guard against them as a goalie was definitely a tough obstacle.
Man.
So despite all that, they scored like 8 goals. They pulled the other goal out and they put me on the front end. And for that, I was very grateful to be able to come in as a front and to hopefully kick some goals. I almost scored a goal on a Poland team, but they were tough.
In Poland, or
Poland and some other team mix. I forget what it was, but it was a Poland team. It was a Poland team mix, and that's one reason I have been really discussing hard with trying to bring international individuals together with local teams, because it's really going to bring a good mix within the Special Olympics movement.
You are such a leader, and you travel seemingly all over the world just with these sports. What even got you involved with the Special Olympics?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I travel all over the world right now. That's coming.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I went to Alaska. Well, I wasn't in Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rico came here.
Okay.
But I am trying to basically fight for this meeting. I really want to bring international partnerships with the athletes and for them to learn about different countries in a way that they never understood. Like Japan, they're all on their phones, so I can't even read, and the teams from Mexico, they're so talkative. So it's like there's just so many different personalities and unique opportunities to meet such unique individuals. That's what's so special about the Junior World Cup. I know it's not necessarily Special Olympics, but I'm looking to use Special Olympics to partner with them. We're reaching out to about 7 individuals right now. The head is the one I did the interview with at Fox. He is going to try to reach out to people that will bring more attention on the genuine World Cup to politicians and people around the world potentially down the line. I would love to even add not just the local news stations, but the national news stations to involve maybe even the world news stations to get this really.
I'll definitely say, Blake, I am really impressed when it comes down to you taking the initiative to reaching out to all these different leaders and politicians. Mm-hmm. And you're definitely fearless. And I want to ask you, where did all of this come from?
That's a good question. I'm just a fearless individual. I've been through so many things in life, and I don't need to go into all the details, but as I mentioned before, when I was young, I was burned on the face with hot scalding mashed potatoes by a bully. And it really taught me the value of friendships. My classmates came together, saw me, because they knew I was screaming. They knew I was hurt. They brought me to the nurse's office. I had yellow blistering on my face. And it was a real wake-up call for me to, step out of my fear and to, just be myself. And, even though my classmates were frustrated with the individual, I learned to forgive the guy, even though we went to court. And, that's a whole nother story. But,
forgiveness.
Forgiveness is really what I'm trying to share here. Is forgiveness is the most important thing. And Jesus came to forgive us. And I'm asking y'all, if you forgive, just continue to forgive others who have hurt you, because there's no reason to hold a grudge. There's no reason to hold a grudge. We have to come together as a community. We have so many people who are so, yeah, and that's why I put such an emphasis on Special Olympics, because it is that next step. Mainly
That's why
for,
you're here.
yeah, exactly. And so for me, going through that has made me a much stronger person. I didn't follow my broke my wrist, but hey, I am a strong person after those experiences.
I will say, has that been one of the most pivotal times for your experience within the well, I want to say the Special Olympics, but honestly, I love the fact that you spoke about forgiveness, because even for myself, you're making me self-reflect, and anybody that's watching, you're making us think about the people in our lives that have caused us pain. So, it's not worth it holding on to that pain, because
Yeah.
it only hurts us at the end.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, is that the moment, or is there another moment that's been the most pivotal for you for this strengthening?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I would say just moving on, not being so concerned about what other people think. And one thing I love about Ariana, she's an actor that interviewed you, is she is truly remarkable in saying that opinions don't matter. Stay true to who you are and don't allow yourself to be so consumed with the world's opinions, because there's so many opinions out there.
Huh. Yes. Some of you have opinions.
There's so many opinions out there, and we have to come into the place of where the facts are, but also, use strength over weakness. And what I mean by that is, stay strong in who you are, and don't let the weak opinions try to dictate where you want to go in life.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah.
I love that you have tunnel vision. And I'm what are the highlights? Because I know we talked about a little bit of pain and moving on, but since then you've grown so much, and you're still growing. You're not done yet.
No, and just so y'all know, I am not, even though there might be some influence I have in this interview, please don't think I have it all together, because I don't. I'm still learning, like Rosalind is still learning in her job. I'm still learning on my end. I mean, even the ones at the top, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, they're all learning. And there's so many people who think they have it all together just because they're billionaires and whatever, but really, at the end of the day, none of us have it together. We all have our issues. We're all human. And that's my big message, is just to understand that don't look at someone as a celebrity figure because you think that they have all this power. Look at them as a human being, because they matter too.
And they'll even say the same thing, because you touched on many, many topics like earlier just now. But I will say, even some of these billionaires and some of these millionaires, that are around, they're still people too, with feelings and emotion, and they still hold on to pain. So I know any of them that are watching, they're going to be listening to you and taking that to heart.
And I write this in a lot of my letters. I say, I see you as a person, not a celebrity. I mean, I love y'all. Y'all matter to me. And there's a reason why, even through Special Olympics, and why when we bring the message of unity, every time I even watch a movie, I feel a connection with these people. Even Sadie Stanley or one of these. It's weird whenever I go to a movie, because it's like there's something in me that feels a connection with these people. Even running into the director this morning in the Uber.
That's cool.
The God thing, and I mean, getting to talk to him and, have him potentially connect with you, and, to learn that he has a studio here in Houston that's, forget his name, but all I know is that was a God moment right there, and to be able to share this with the audience is absolutely amazing.
And so I know that even from myself, and within the documentary that we want to shoot, and we want to film it really awesome, like Top Gun, where people can step into your life and like, at least if there's a way that they can see the way you see through just the way that we shoot it, I'm excited for that, because you're going to be a star in this documentary.
Thank
My
you.
question for you is, you want to be more on camera in the movie space? Is that what you want to explore? There's something truly powerful about showing up for one another, and that's what our partnership with Special Olympics Texas is all about. Bolanle Media is dedicated to sharing the stories of resilience and achievement from these remarkable athletes and building more of an inclusive, supportive community. If you want to be a part of this movement, there are plenty of ways to get involved. Subscribe to our quarterly magazine, help an athlete tell a story, host a community or business event that welcomes Special Olympics Texas athletes, or pick up some merch to show your support. Every action, big or small, helps open doors and create new opportunities for these incredible competitors. Special Olympics Texas is grounded in family, encouragement, and belief that everyone belongs. If you're ready to join us, follow the link below to see all the ways that you can be a part of this journey and stand with the Special Olympics community. Let's push the world forward together.
Yes. Especially this morning, now that I had that encounter, it's like I had a God encounter this morning, and I don't really, I'm not very, like, I'm very personal about my life and my relationship with the Lord, and, I believe in Jesus, and, and I want y'all to know that it's,
Same.
and I'm grateful for all of us I'm grateful for Rosalind and her love for God, and just, man, it's really incredible. But, yeah, I would love to be in the movie space and to be able to use that as a platform to bring other people to know him and to, be able to share the love of Jesus with people who may not know him and who are holding on that grudge. But really the whole goal for me in movies is to spread a positive message, to bring light, kind of like what you do in your media space. The Long Line is all about spreading positive messages in the world and bringing people to unique understanding of why positivity is so important. And I read a lot of your articles, Rose, and they are so factual and just very uplifting. I was listening to your interviews, like, you're giving me chills. And so, but I wanted to speak very high, and I'm going to continue to promote your platform because I want to help this company succeed, and I want to help Bolanle become the visionary for media in the world today. But speaking of that, I am hoping to use the platform I've been given to bring light to the world. And that speech to Breakfast of Champions, I think, was a real pivotal moment because, I was doing jiu-jitsu for 8 months. So I'm like, I'm just going to go into, because my whole mindset before I was going to do this media thing and whatever was going to be going into just, the leadership in Special Olympics and helping make decisions. But I didn't realize I was doing grappling for 8 months, not even thinking opportunities would come. I was doing jiu-jitsu for 8 months, not even thinking opportunities would come. And the Breakfast of Champions speech came up. And so AJ said, hey, how would you like to be the keynote speaker for this event? Congratulations, it's really awesome. You want to do great things. And I said, absolutely, I would love to take that on. And I wrote a speech, took about, I can't necessarily, that was the right wording, but, so, it was something like that. Something down that line. They just asked me if I wanted to be the keynote speaker. I said, absolutely. Didn't think I was going to make it because I had a flight to Colorado that day. So I had to change the time that I was going to go into the speech. So I went in, gave a speech, for about 2 to 3 minutes, got a standing ovation, hopefully brought some partnerships within the Special Olympics movement. And that was a real pivotal point towards bringing more people to the Special Olympics movement.
Absolutely. And your heart is in the right place. What sort of advice do you give to these athletes? Because good news spreads. If
Yes.
people are a promoter of you. I'm a promoter of you.
Thank you. What I would say is be open to anything. Don't shut any doors. Like, for example, I didn't never thought in a day in my life that I would get up and public speak. Like, they would just I was just thrown into that platform. It's not like, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to get up here and speak in front of 500 people.
Wow, that's a
lot. And I'm just like, or 400 people, however many were there. And I mean, I've spoken in front of 1,700, but that was kind of a weird scenario when I was back in Colorado. We had this pep rally they did for Unified, and I got to be a part on an NBA 3. Really incredible.
That's cool.
Not an NBA 3, but a 3.
Yeah.
I actually got to play on an NBA court at the Pepsi Center.
That's cool.
And I shot an NBA 3 before the game.
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about it. I'm like, why is everybody making such a big deal about this NBA 3? And they said, because an NBA 3 is much wider than a regular 3 that you would see. Because it's like you're playing, when you're playing on an NBA court, it's like you're playing in an ocean. It's the weirdest thing. Okay. Because, I mean, the guy that, that a teacher who was an former NFL football player for Dallas and Denver. And he told me that, playing on an NBA court is like playing in the ocean. And it was no joke. I mean, that it's like you're in an open arena with like a low basket because you figure the basket would be up higher with the whole net up in the ceiling, but it's not like that. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, you're making me even think, and I can't even imagine what, for me, all of those distractions with all the people and the cheering and the noise and then trying to stay focused at the same time. That's a skill right there.
It is, absolutely.
Man, and what are you most excited about? I want to say, like, coming up next for you.
Coming up next, being willing to maybe act in the future, being willing to, I've been thinking about like a movie script kind of, potentially an idea.
Oh, wait, are you writing?
Not right now. I want to learn. I want to learn from directors first. That's, as I said, I don't have my life all together. I'm still learning. I'm still growing, but there's some movie called In the Clouds that I'd love to write that's going to be basically talking about biblical figures who were down here on earth, but how they would live their lives in heaven differently from earth, and giving people more perspective on that. And so that's kind of my idea of real creativity.
Cool.
That's something I was just thinking about regarding a movie idea. And I know, Rosalind, you do investments in movies and all of that. I mean, I might even reach out to that director later today.
That's so cool.
You
That's
know?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. That
Yeah.
would be something that I believe that you would definitely capture an audience for sure.
Absolutely. And, I did studies on like script writing and how to write a script. I mean, I'm still learning the basics. I still need to watch more YouTube videos on how to.
Hey, honestly, YouTube is the way to go. Many of us, I'm still on YouTube University, honey.
I'm still learning too. It's like we're all going to college, but we're still learning.
Yeah.
And, last thing to add to that is all of us are on a journey. And so it's so easy to get yourself out and compare yourself to like Selena Gomez or Taylor Swift or one of these people who have high influence. But really what you need to understand at the end of the day is that no matter what influence someone might have, focusing on your journey is the most important thing. Because having perspective to learn from others is where greatness comes. And what I mean by that is have perspective on your vision and what you want to do, but also learn from other people. Be willing to listen.
Man, Blake, you are powerful. You are powerful. And what do you want your legacy to?
I always ask that question on my letters. Man, Rose, I'm going to have to ask you all the questions soon enough. I'm going to be your interviewer next.
Are you going to make me think?
I know, I will. I'll probably ask you questions soon enough. But as far as my legacy, I want to know that I served this generation well. I want to know that they were taken care of. No matter how crazy the world is, you don't have to be of the world. You don't have to be like everybody else.
How can people who are in love with you already, how can they stay in contact with you?
I have an Instagram. I also have an email. Email would be a good way to reach out, even by letter, because I write a lot of letters, and I'm probably going to start writing four different actors tonight. So,
Okay.
I'm in the work. I'm really trying to work hard to make stuff happen. And, but basically by letter, by mail. I don't know if I get my address on this platform, but
No, don't.
no, we'll edit that out. But my email address, which is yawblake@gmail.com, and I have an Instagram too.
Thank you so much, Blake. I'm very
you.
happy you're here.
Thank
and
you.
This message is going to touch people.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.